Hey, trivia question for you right off the bat here today. What in the world is that? Mark said it was a bird feeder. He really did. He thought it was a bird feeder. That comes from Clyde Harbin. Remember the gentleman that sent me the fishing lure not long ago? This came with it too, and I just kind of saved it. And I just want you to take a look at it. And can you imagine? It has to do with fishing. I want you to imagine what that could be. I'm not going to tell you today. As a matter of fact, we're just going to let it ride, and next week maybe I'll even show you how it works, okay? Let me dig here in my pocket. Hey, you know, every now and then, I look forward to every show. I really do. But every now and then I think, oh man, I can hardly wait till it's time for us to do this show or that show. Well, look, I have a card right here that says that I am a member of C.A.R.P.S, the Carp Anglers Recreation and Party Society. And I don't know if you belong to that organization or not. When this show's over today, boy, you may want to get in there and become a member of C.A.R.P.S. We are going to have so much fun today because we're going carp fishing. I've never been serious carp fishing, but now listen, boy, this is going to be some really down and dirty stuff. I'm Jerry McKinnis. Welcome to the Fishin Hole. I guarantee you we're going to have some laughs today. You know, I've said this many times. One of my favorite times of the year is the fall. Man, I love those trees and I love the pumpkins. And, well, I really like being in the farm area during fall. There's just something about it very appealing to me. So, we're traveling down the highway last fall, actually headed from my home in Arkansas towards Maine. And we're checking out the sights and one thing and another, and we pull in the little town of Westervile. And by the way, McKinnis feels like he needs a shave and a haircut, so we stop at Dave Burcham's barber shop there in Westerville, a really neat little town, established 1850. Nice little place. Otterbein College is kind of famous for that. Really a neat place. So Dave and I, we get together. It's my turn, and by gosh, I get the boss man actually going to shave me, and we get to talking about fishing. And you know, this is we're talking Ohio. Lots of folks up there. Lots of people like to fish, and Dave has got some interesting ideas on the fishing. I haven't had a shave for such a long time. Do you still get a quarter for a shave and haircut?
Yeah, quarter. Some of them say that's what it's worth.
Oh my goodness. I'll bet you, if the truth is known, there's been more fish caught right here in this establishment than all the water in Ohio. What do you think?
I think you got that right.
Some awful stories go on in here.
Oh boy, it gets deep. Keep the boots out front.
Well, if I wanted to come up here to Ohio and catch me a really wrestle with something big and tough, what would you suggest I fish for?
Well, favorite fish is the carp. That should be the state fish.
No, Dave, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. What is the meanest fish around here?
The meanest fish?
Not a carp, not really.
Yeah, really. I'm telling you, that's my favorite.
Okay, let me put it differently then. What is the most beautiful fish in Ohio that you can think of?
Yeah, there again, it's a carp. They laying in those mud banks and everything, gives them a beautiful cast.
Yeah, I guess so. A rainbow carp.
Rainbow carp. We've got those. Some of them are prettier than others, but it depends on what body of water you get them out of, you know?
Seriously, how does this come about being the carp headquarters right here at Dave's Barbershop?
Well, I think we're nestled right in the heartland of the carp, you know. They're everywhere around here. We're right in between two lakes. All the boys that are in the charter members of the Carps, they've all played ball for me at one time, or you know, football, basketball, baseball. And they're kind of crazy bunch, see? And, you know, everybody jumps on the bandwagon for bass.
Yeah.
But nobody really realized the beauty of it until Mitch and the boys got together and created this. And I'll tell you, they come from far and wide now just to get a glimpse of these wrestlers we got around here.
That's really great. It is, no kidding. I'm sure they have a lot of fun with this all year long. In the winter when they can't catch any, I'm sure that they have about as much fun with it then, don't they?
Oh, they do. They don't give up. They don't give up.
So you would suggest if I really wanted to catch something that would test me, that I get out here and look for some carp?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We've got some big ones. You know, you can go after your bluefish down south and your smallmouth and this and that, but you want something that'll jerk your whole van in, you take that, you go after the big ones. Now, don't yell. If I yell, oops.
Your razor is sharper than my fillet knife, isn't it?
I use this to fillet with, too. And this thing is really good for getting all the scales off of carps.
Oh, but that ain't the same one, the exact same one, is it?
I don't know. I get them mixed up every now and then.
Say, we are obviously going carp fishing today, and we're talking about a fish that gets he gets some pretty bad times, doesn't he? But that's too bad because he's really a fun fish, and what a great fighter. Now, this is Mitch Tucker with me today, Slim Tucker, and he is the leader of all the carp fishermen up that area. And they fish Alum Creek, Olentango River, and the Scioto River. They've really got a number of spots that they can get around and do their carp fishing on. Now, they're pretty serious about it, and they know what they're doing. They're going to act like they don't. They're going to act like it's just not that big a deal to them. But believe me, these guys really get out there, work to find the fish on their waters, try terribly hard to come up with the right bait to catch him. And, well, I tell you what, right off the bat here, I'm going to sound like I've got the bait in my mouth. But I'm sitting there eating corn chips, and a big carp comes along and just takes it all away from me. Help this time, Mitch. Boy, I was right in the middle of eating some corn chips, too. I think I scored.
There you got one.
Huh?
You got one that'll count this time.
Yes, sir. I think I can get him up here. Don't even need a net. That's 2 3-pounder, 3 4-pounder.
Yeah, 3.5, 4. He's not quite done.
Oh, he loved that Wheatie ball. Here, just hand him to me. I think I unhook him. Friend, you sure aren't very pretty. I'm telling you what, though, he wanted in that batch of bushes over awful bad, didn't he?
He made his first beeline for it.
Oh, God, I bet there are probably a handful of that tree over there.
Mm-hmm. They're in there tight, I'm sure.
Oh, come here, come here. You're clear now. Man, you have no excuses. No excuses. Where in the world is he at?
He's heading out.
Oh, he's in the river now. I got another rod out here. I guess it'll probably be in the way next.
Well, he feels real sluggish, but
well, I'll tell you what.
Feels heavy enough.
Yeah,
you don't like coming in here at all.
I think he got a smallmouth.
I think he might be a bugle mouth.
He has a small mouth, doesn't he? He is on it. Oh, it was floating, I think, Mitch.
It's hanging there, but he's got me around it.
Oh, that son of a gun. Here. Here. Just a little bit further and I can get the log. Oh, my. Look at there, what a fish you got. Mitch, where do I start here?
I have to figure out what kind of knot he tied first. Has he got it looped all the way around it?
Yeah, he sure has. He did a number on us. I don't know whether to just go ahead and get him and then fight the stump. Here, look here.
You got him around? Let me get him tight.
You got the fish now.
Yeah.
If I can get this stump
He's got
out
some
of the way.
newfound life here. Now he's
Here
done.
we go.
Now
Oh,
he's done.
you're beautiful. Look at
Big
there,
old
what
lip
a
on him.
beautiful guy. Oh. Hey, Mitch, let's be honest, that thing's ugly.
Nah, it's somebody's, might be somebody's mother there.
He's gone. You did good, Mr. Wheatie Ball. There you go.
Thank you.
Try to do a better job of keeping him out of the trash next time, will you?
That's half the fun of it.
Oh yeah, for you.
Yeah.
I'm the one down here in the snakes and the, yeah. Look at
He's
there.
right on top of that other one.
Huh? He's staying right in there on this darn rod. Here, here, hold it down just a little bit and I'll go on to you like this.
Did we just tie a knot in it?
Yeah, I think we did. I tell you what, just bite that off. Don't eat the dough ball now. Stay out of the Wheaties. That son of a gun, now he's going to go up and get all the rest of them. Oh, boy. That's right over there where you had that one hit you a minute ago, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, it was.
Look at here.
He's pretty good size. He's bigger than that one yesterday. Where's the net at, guys?
It's thrown up there in the weeds. I don't need it.
You got him?
Yeah.
Don't go in there now.
No, I won't. I hope. I say I won't. That's great.
An old German.
Yeah, he is beautiful. Just a beautiful fish. Oh, that's a shame. Be making fun of that guy.
Yeah, look at the markings on him. He's every bit as pretty as a rainbow trout.
Oh, yeah, really. Reminds me of rainbow trout.
Doesn't
Old Mitch is hard after one right here, I believe. Don't think he's going to catch him, but boy, he had him a good strike. And really at the tail end of that particular hole, and we're on the Olentango River right here for sure. We'd started on Alum Creek and we moved over to the river. And we came in, and as you can see, the river is in beautiful condition. And down there at the lower end of that hole, there must have been, 15 or 20 real good sized fish. Now, we were very careful to not scare them, just like they were a trout or a bass or what have you. You just couldn't just go storming up there and catch one. And I want you to remember that if you're someone who has an idea of either fishing on these particular places that we're fishing on, or going to some water around your part of the country and trying to catch some carp. And please do, in spite of the fact that we're kind of kidding and messing around here a little today, I want you to go try this. What a great way to start learning how to learning how to use your tackle, learning how to detect a strike, because the strike of this fish was so slight that you had to really be on the ball. You can learn a lot about fishing by chasing Mr. Carp. Anyway, the water got a little bit muddy on us and we had to move to a different piece of water. Came up real high one night. But right now, this little river is pretty clear. Pretty guy, isn't he?
Oh, he's beautiful.
I'm serious now. You're not serious. I've never been around a bunch of guys who are having more fun with a subject as you guys are this carp fishing. I'm not kidding you. That guy's kind of pretty. He's got a bluegill there.
Doesn't he? Just like an old sunfish.
Yeah.
He's about a 4-pounder. He likes you.
He does. He does. I tell you what, he ain't kissing me. I know that.
He's puckering up there.
He is. He's ready. Okay, now, bud. Here we go. Here we go.
It's about a 33, 35 pointer.
I don't see no points on him at all.
Like a big old buck. Now, his length and his girth total about 35 inches.
No, wait. Now, beautiful Mr. Lips. What is that spot? Why is that spot on his gill so mossy looking?
I
See
have
it?
no idea. I've not seen one with a mark like that.
Everyone's different, aren't they?
You got a
See
pretty
it?
tail on him.
Yeah, it does. Looks like a goldfish. They are part goldfish, aren't they?
They're related.
Okay, bud, get out here now. Go on. You're in great shape. Mitch, I can't believe this situation we're in right here. You know, I've been fishing with you for a few days, and I want to be perfectly honest. I don't know whether you're serious or not. I haven't figured you guys out up here.
Well, I've held your attention for 3 days with it, so it must be pretty serious.
How do you get, let's talk about C.A.R.P.S, the Carp Anglers Recreation and Party Society. Sounds pretty, let's talk about that society. How in the world did you get going on that?
Well, it's just a good organization of good old boys and others that are interested sportsmen, but they don't have a lot of time or a lot of facilities to do a lot of fishing, so they take what they can get, and in and around a big city like we are here in mid-Ohio, it offers a lot of fishing. Uh-huh. And I would guesstimate that every big city is similar like this.
Yeah, you're right. It has the carp fishing available.
Right.
That is. But the thing I think that's neat is you're sitting here, and I know you're not going to crack a smile, and you're just going to act as serious, and you want members in your organization, but still I get the feeling that you guys are just spoofing everybody and just wanting to have a darn good time.
Well, we have a lot of giggles with it. It is a lot of fun. We try not to take ourselves too seriously, and that makes it a lot more fun.
Well, I guess to start off with, and you start talking about things that aren't very serious, that put you in the mind of it not being very serious, is the bait that you're fishing with, which primarily is Wheaties, Wheatie balls.
Wheatie balls is one of the basic ingredients, but there are a lot of different base substances for bait.
Well, you guys get as much bang out of the different concoctions you can come up with to make basically a dough bait.
That's right, and everybody's got a secret.
Now let me see if I can get you to talk about this without smiling. Tell me about this.
Well, that's the first C.A.R.P.S commercial product. That's our first lure.
Come on,
That's
Mitch.
for a lot of interest has come recently with guys boating for carp. And they needed a trolling rig.
I see.
We
and
put that guy together for them, and we're in test phase on it, and it's performing pretty well.
So this is a Wheatie ball that you troll with. It looks like a winner to me, Mitch. I think that you're going to do well there. Is it true that when you join your organization, you get a hat and a T-shirt and so on? Is it true that you intend to in the future send small boxes of Wheaties as a kind of an incentive?
A lot of people join the club just for the humor of the thing, and that's great because it is a lot of fun. But we want to make sure they get a fair start on carping because there's a lot more to it than just sitting around and giggling about it.
There is. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough fish to catch. I'm going to show you. Hey, I have taken. I don't want to act like an expert. I should have you doing this guess, but I want to try it once myself. And what we have done is taken a full box of Wheaties, and we have crunched and scrunched and scrunched and got them all down into real fine flakes, okay? Let's work with corn flakes or Cheerios.
I've not had any success with any other cereal but Wheaties. Just something about it.
Okay, what I've got here is a handful. And we'll stick them down here in this bucket of water. And you just hold them in there, don't you?
Yeah, just hold them in there, let the air out.
Just keep pushing. While I'm doing this, give me the first names of some of the guys in your club. Just run through some of the first names.
We had Zyke Hibbett helping us over here today.
Yeah?
Zyke and Hooker Hetrick.
Hooker.
Old Lonnie Gardner is one of the original.
How about Cold Carp?
Cold Carp Ale, he's really the scandalous fella in the club. We've had to really keep an eye on him.
I love it.
He stops at nothing. He's outside the law on carping most of the time.
Right?
We really got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah. When you have these little derbies, you have some pretty stiff rules. I mean, like if you catch it, and incidentally, I've got this about done. and we'll squeeze all the water out of it, right? Okay, and at what time do you start rolling? Well, right about now.
Yeah,
huh?
squeeze it in a little bit more. You want to work it together a little bit. There you go.
When I was young and used to do this, that was my problem. It always came apart. This stuff really rolls up good, and then just let it sit there, right?
That's right. You got to let it cure for a little bit.
For how long? 5 minutes?
Until you got your tackle box open and you got your pole set up.
That's the first thing you want to do when you hit the bank.
That's right. Get that weedy ball
started. Get you a bucket of water, and now, and incidentally, I'll get back to some of your rules and regulations. What we've been doing, and I won't tear into that one, Mitch, because it probably wouldn't hold up, but here's a piece that is cured. I mean, it's got grass and gravel and everything in it. It's ready, isn't it? And we've been taking this, and sometimes you'd dump it in some jelly, some strawberry jelly.
Strawberry's effective.
We've been using some Sweet Angie that's been doing pretty good, and just kind of mixing it in there with it. Sometimes you got another strawberry
a Jello and cornmeal mix, right?
Oh my goodness! Some of these guys said that you had to take this now and you had to cook it in onions.
That's a real popular method. Boil those, not so much the weedy balls, but the other dough baits. Boil them in onion water.
Do you think there really is that much to it, or just a good wheatie ball thrown out in the right place?
Nobody will admit how they ever discovered those tactics first, but once they've discovered one, they never let go of it.
Just like any fisherman, huh?
That's right, that's right.
Well, again, just kind of touching on your rules of your derbies, I love them. If you get like if you catch a catfish or a bass or something, you're in a lot of trouble,
You're
aren't you?
penalized, that's right.
That's right.
If it's witnessed by a club marshal, you're penalized.
Do you get beat or
no, you get
drugged behind the car?
Public humiliation, of course, but you also get fined. You get fined, and depending on the kind of fish you catch, you'll get fined a different amount.
So you guys have to be very careful with what lures you fish with.
That's right. Fishing for carp with a bottom bait like this and a dough ball, you're likely to catch a catfish if they're in there. So the fine's only about $1 on a catfish.
Well, you know, I'm poking a lot of fun at you. I am telling the truth when I say you guys poke more fun at yourself than I do, and that just makes it so enjoyable. And gosh, the fish is kind of a neat guy, isn't he?
He's not very well respected, but he's a lot of fun to catch, and he does put up a reasonable fight. He's not the most beautiful creature in the world.
There's more tactic to catching him than you'd think.
But we've seen a little bit of that the last couple of days.
Darn right. You have to hustle to get in there and catch one, don't you?
Yeah, you got to be paying attention.
One thing that I think a newcomer to this type of thing could look for is quiet water. Stay out of the swift waters.
Yeah, it's tough to catch them when the water's running. Mud doesn't bother them too much, muddy water after rain, but swift water is a real torture to keep your line still where you can tell if you got anything going on.
Right, so if you are fishing a river, the best thing to do is kind of look for a real slow pool or some eddies.
Exactly.
And stay out of the current, which is just almost opposite of a lot of the fish we fish for.
That's right.
BFC.
Now we have moved from the Olentangy to the Scioto River, and we really did have some rain. It was during the night, brought all the rivers up real bad, and we were really lucky to get in the back of this area and find some pretty decent water and get those fish hitting.
Well, the breakfast of champions 3 times a day, you'll find that my diet is light. Yes, the breakfast of champions should keep me afoot. Good old orange, black, and white. I know some guys who fish only for carp. No rainbow, no stripers, no bass. Their interests seem strange, single-minded on carp, thinking this fish is not without class. Disguised in large scales and a mouth like a hoover, these carp come upstream in a school. My friends think their best can't stack up with the rest. If you pay him no mind, why so BFC, 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 BFC. We're the breakfast of champions 3 times a day, like Mary Lou, Bruce, and yes, Pete. Just some good BFC, no snap, crack, or pop. It's sure to put me on my feet. BFC,
Not a little one?
Well, either that or I scared a little one. The fish I got on feels like he's okay, but when I hooked him and he swirled out there, a little one jumped plumb out of the water. Get out of that other rig there.
Oh. You sure you got a fish on there?
Huh?
You sure you got a fish?
Look at that. Look at that thing fight. He's got, boy, are they ever conscious of the brush and stuff, huh?
They know it. They know to go right in there and tie you up.
He's got me. He really has. And I got this other rod just barely.
You're gonna have to go on in there now.
Oh my gosh. It came up a little. I ain't reaching down in there after him. What on earth? Here we go.
There you got him out.
Talk about a carp fisherman. Now, you know, don't this
I think you're gonna
qualify
make the grade.
for me some badges and kind of stuff, you know, to be out here wading around after them, huh?
Yeah, that's gonna get you some special recognition. It's gonna be real hard for you to deny it also.
Come here, bud. You got so much. If I can get my pliers on you. These are, incidentally, really hardy, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you can, this guy's hooked right in the lip. And right on the lip, all you gotta do is just.
That's one good thing about them with those lips. They'll hardly ever swallow a bait down to where they'll hurt
Yeah,
themselves.
that actually wasn't that big one, but what a fighter, huh?
He gave you a battle.
My gosh, we have got a double, kind of a double, huh? We're hot,
in,
man. We're hot.
Feels like another little one here. Hope he saw you, Jerry.
And we have got in a lot of little guys, haven't
Doggone
we?
it. Come on, Tyke.
Here, let me see if I can get him real quick for you. Hold him right here.
Got him?
Mm-hmm. He is gone. He is gone.
Go back and get your big brother.
Almost lost my dough bait.
Well, that was 2 quick ones. That's a little better.
Yeah. Like that a lot. I thought for sure I was going to have to reach down there in the water on that one of mine. Boy, I was dreading that.
I was hoping. When that world of snakes went in a little while ago.
I can't believe that I'm standing out here in this water that has to be full of water pythons. And here I stand. My britches are so bogged down, they're so wet and so full of Wheaties and strawberry preserves. My thanks today to Mitch Tucker and all the carpers from up there at Westerville, Ohio. Didn't we have some fun? We had a lot of laughs. Even went so far as used some cartoons that Rich Gwendon was kind enough to let us use. Rich has a syndicated cartoon called C.A.R.P. Matter of fact, he has a book out entitled The World According to C.A.R.P. So this is a pretty famous fish, and we've got our mileage out of him today. You've got me solid, man. If I get this one out, before I cast out there again, I'm going to come over here and get that log and get it out of here. I reeled the tip right down to his nose. About the same size, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, friend. Man, I'm catching them on that solid strawberry, that Sweet Angie.
That's the ticket in here, isn't it?
Huh?
That's the ticket right in here.
It sure seems like it. Okay, my good man. How'd I do?
Very good.
Huh?
Good technique in that, wrestling them out like that.
You like that, don't you?
I do like that. I remember that little trick there, taking the rod tip right down to his
Oh,
mouth.
yeah.
One?
Well, either that or I scared a little one. The fish I got on feels like he's okay, but when I hooked him and he swirled out there, a little one jumped plumb out of the water. Get out of that other rig there.
Oh. You sure you got a fish on there?
Huh?
You sure you got a fish?
Look at that. Look at that thing fight. He's got, boy, are they ever conscious of the brush and stuff, huh?
They know it. They know to go right in there and tie you up.
He's got me. He really has. And I got this other rod just barely.
You're going to have to go on in there now.
Oh my gosh. It came up a little. I ain't reaching down in there after him. What on earth? Here we go.
There you got him out.
Talk about a carp fisherman. Now, don't this
I think you're going to
qualify
make the grade.
for me some badges and kind of stuff, to be out here wading around after them, huh?
Yeah, that's going to get you some special recognition. It's going to be real hard for you to deny it also.
Come here, bud. You got so much. If I can get my pliers on you. These are, incidentally, really hardy, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this guy's hooked right in the lip. And right on the lip, all you got to do is just...
That's one good thing about them with those lips. They'll hardly ever swallow a bait down to where they'll hurt
Yeah,
themselves.
that actually wasn't that big one, but what a fighter, huh?
He gave you a battle.
Can't believe this. Can't believe this. I stepped off